Welcome once again to Patrick's Place, coming to you live from Studio 62. And you can always subscribe to my podcast by tuning in to my YouTube channel by typing in Patrick Anderson Jamaica or Patrick Anderson Radio. My videos will pop up and you can subscribe. As always, please send your comments. I read them all. I am a fierce supporter of the First Amendment right. All ideas must contend, and so it works best for any living and breathing democracy. I'm not in my usual shirt and a tie this evening. I am not in my business suit because I am coming to you. Yes, I am in the diaspora in the United States where I reside with my family. But there is an event that is upon Jamaica at this time, a potentially devastating Hurricane Melissa. As I speak to you now, which is on Monday, the eve of what is expected to be Melissa making landfall as it has started to make the north turn to go right across Jamaica to rake Jamaica in the vicinity of St. Elizabeth, Manchester, Clarendon, where the biggest impacts are expected to unfold. But please be reminded as I listened to my colleague Evan Thompson, whom I'm proud to say I went to school with. We did A levels together at Excelsior over by the community college. And I watched him as the principal director of the Met Office, the meteorological office in Jamaica. And he was very clear about what to expect. The hurricane is traveling very, very slowly at about 3 miles an hour. It will take approximately 6 to 8 hours to cross Jamaica, which is only about 55, 60 miles from north to south. And a lot can happen during that time. We're hoping for the best, but we have to be realistic. And so my podcast is just to plead, to implore my fellow Jamaicans to take heed. Listen to ODPEM, the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management in Jamaica, that manages our emergency services and systems. To listen to the minister who has responsibility for emergencies, to listen to the Prime Minister, to listen to the Met Office. Take it seriously. Go to source. Don't listen to rumors, but please go to high ground. Evacuate. Go to shelters. Don't wait until the last minute. According to Evan Thompson, the hurricane is expected to make landfall sometime early Tuesday morning. It is expected to sit upon Jamaica for most of the day. Heavy rains lasting into Wednesday. So, folks, please take heed. I have covered many hurricanes, the first of which was Gilbert on September 12, 1988. Growing up, I always said I wanted to experience a hurricane, never experienced one. Always heard my parents, God bless their soul, talk about Hurricane Charlie in 1951. And I said, oh man, I want to experience a hurricane. I want to experience a hurricane. Well, Gilbert came and I didn't like it. And I've often said to folks that I'm really fearless. I am not afraid of anything in life. But the only things that I'm scared of, a hurricane, an earthquake, and God. Those are the three things that I fear. And having experienced Hurricane Gilbert, which was a Cat 4 hurricane, Category 4, Melissa is expected to be a Category 5. The devastation across Jamaica back in 1988 was too much to bear. I shudder to think what Melissa at Category 5 can produce. The winds on Monday evening stood at 175 miles an hour, Folks, that's massive. And it's not just the rain and the flooding from the rain itself that is expected to be dangerous. It is the storm surges coming from the south coast, 20, 15, 20, 25 feet surges that will create the devastation. Again, we're hoping that that's not the case. We're even hoping that at this stage we can have some divine intervention and that the hurricane side steps Jamaica. But that's not the forecast. The forecast is it will go across the country, making landfall in the vicinity of St. Elizabeth, Manchester, and even Clarendon, and head north. And so I want all my Jamaicans to take heed, go to the shelters, follow all the directions of the emergency management systems in ODPEM. And covering Hurricane Gilbert, I invoke another friend of mine, another colleague, Cliff Hughes. We both covered Gilbert in 1988. We were both at Radio Jamaica, and I recall when we were heading east back home, late evening, heading back to Broadcast House, our vehicle, we were going across a bridge, and there was a sudden storm surge. Water came over a bridge and our car was being pushed over into the wider river. It was one of the most scariest things I have ever experienced in my working life. It was scary. We saw many things that were not pleasant to talk about in terms of the devastation from Hurricane Gilbert. Melissa could be worse. So, based on my experience covering multiple hurricanes, the strongest that have hit Jamaica to have been Gilbert, I was in the eye of that storm. I beg you, pay attention, take heed, take shelter, go to high ground, secure your loved ones, secure your family, secure your pets, and be well and be safe. As we say in Jamaica, batten down, and I hope to see you all on the other side of Melissa. Be well, be safe, soon come.